It's going to be a busy weekend in Edinburgh, where the city's summer festivals are entering their last few days. The Edinburgh International Festival, Book Festival, Art Festival and Fringe all draw to a close on Monday. But there are still thousands of performances to take in. Our arts correspondent Pauline McLean is in George Square Gardens, which looks more like a beer garden this evening, Pauline.
Well, there is one of those here as well, Sally. So this is the Underbelly's main venue, most iconic venue, the Big Purple Cow, which you might recognise. But it's one of a number that they have. And across this whole city, you're talking about close to 300 venues which have sprung up. It all kicked off 3 weeks ago. You remember we reported on it then. So it's longer than the Olympics. You need that kind of stamina to keep going. And I guess that's why a lot of performers do it, that kind of endurance to show that they've done it, to have it on their CV. For some, it's about developing shows and taking them on elsewhere. And for a lot of people, just being part of the world's biggest arts festival is for fun. And it's about sharing the music.
I will fly, chase the wind and touch the sky.
This is the sound of Scotland's newest choir. Formed earlier this year at the University of Edinburgh, it brings together people with mental health symptoms, as well as those with no diagnosed disorder.
1 in 4 people in Scotland will suffer from a mental health issue in their lifetime. And last year we dealt with about 2,500 people. We also know that music is very good for lifting people's spirits and moods.
That's just one of the benefits members have discovered through singing together.
Just the general boost you get from having all that extra energy into your lungs and sort of getting all that out, it does actually really help.
It's great from a kind of social point of view that you get to see other people. It's great to kind of feel like you're part of something bigger, and just the sort of like magical quality of music, of making music.
Next stop is the Edinburgh Fringe, where the HarmonyChoir will perform their first public concert, raising money for charity and sending out an important message about mental health.
There's stereotypes, in the general public as well. People with mental illness are violent or dangerous, and that's just not true. People with mental illness are even more likely to be victims of crimes than others. So to change that, research has proven that exposure is one of the best ways to go.
And as well as entertainment, this is vital research. Experts are monitoring the choir to see how music helps anxiety levels and general well-being. The results could prove that music is genuinely good for your health.
And that concert happens this evening at the Just Festival at St John's. It's a sort of festival within the festival. And this weekend, as I said, is one of the busiest. By this point in the festival, people have worked out what all the really good shows are and they know what they want to come through and see. Meanwhile, all the other festivals, the Book Festival, the Tattoo, the Art Festival, the International Festival, all going on around it. So there's plenty to go see. It's also the weekend when all the major prizes are handed out, including the Edinburgh Comedy Award, which has been going for 36 years. We've been won by some famous names in the past, like Emma Thompson and Stephen Fry and Steve Coogan. And this year, for the first time since 1993, there are actually 2 Scots in the running. So who knows, perhaps after all those years in Edinburgh, maybe we'll have a Scot picking up that prize.
Thanks very much, Pauline McLean there in Edinburgh. Let's see what all these festival goers and